Darrell, after last week, is it very much back to normality this week for the football club?
Yes, that's what it's all about for me. Just mentioned it there. 15 games to go to the end of the season, and my concentration solely will be on getting as many points as possible.
Yeah, with no midweek game, have you spoke to the new owners at all?
Yeah,
this week?
we had a great chat. He came up to the game against Newport, so we managed to grab an hour with him. So it's by all accounts, it seems great for the football club, great for the supporters. But I'm focusing all my efforts on, like I say, the footballing side of things at the minute, and that's these 15 games coming up, and obviously there's going to be changes going off behind the scenes. The club's new owners, you don't expect anything different, but I just want to solely save all my energy levels and whatnot at the minute, just to keep concentrating on what's important, and that's just finishing high up as in the league as we possibly can.
Yeah, I was going to ask, is Darrell Clarke happy? But you'll be happy if you win on Saturday, won't you?
Listen, yeah, exactly. So pretty animated after the game Saturday, but I think that was just the adrenaline of the old days. I was really proud of my players to go through difficult circumstances, so I was proud of them on Saturday to respond in, by all accounts, not a great performance but a winning performance, and that was key with a new owner and his family in the city. So it was pleasing to give them their first win.
Well, let's talk football then. What kind of game on Saturday? The league table suggests there's not a lot between Rovers and Wycombe.
You see how tight the leagues are. I think there was 4th the other week and then it dropped down to 9th, but there's nothing in it. It's not about league position at the minute because the table's so close. And what I will say is you've got to respect all the teams, and Wycombe, for me, Gareth, you've got a tight-knit group there. He doesn't like a big squad, he doesn't work with a big squad, he works on a togetherness and spirit, a little bit similar to ourselves. And he's done fantastic last season. He's carrying on the good work this season.
There is a rivalry between Rovers and Wycombe, but has that died down a bit with the 2 games you've played this season?
So I look at it as another team, another project, and another chance to win 3 points. That's the way I look at it. And rivalry. I know there's a fair bit amongst the supporters, to be fair, for different circumstances. We've had their upper hand, to be fair, over the last, I think we've won the last 3 against Wycombe, the last 3 games we've played, but that counts for nothing come Saturday because it's another tough game. Yeah,
and if you play like you have in the first 2 games with Wycombe, you're going to be all right, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
2 good performances.
It was. I'd say grind out as well. It's a league where you've all sorts of different sort of performances are going to get you in the top 7, and it's about being able to cope and manage those different sort of styles of games. And I expect Saturday to be no different.
And a word on Tom Lockyer, who had the honour of being named captain on Saturday.
Yeah, no, Tom, I can't praise Tom Lockyer enough. He epitomises everything I like from my players, and he empathises it massively on the training pitch, off the training pitch, and on match days. I think he's been absolutely outstanding this season. That's a credit to himself. He's the last one to come off the training ground. He's always wanted to do bits and extra pieces of work, and I see him as certainly future captain material in later on in his years. And he took the armband Saturday, and I thought he was excellent.
You've got 1,000,001 things to worry about as a football manager. Just a word on Ellis. How's he getting on at Hartlepool? He was injured.
Oh, he's been here every day. Hey, I sent him to the Ice team up north to get away from me for a little bit, and he's here every day. How's that work out? So, unfortunately for Ellis, he picked up an ankle injury in his 2nd game, I think it was. So, unfortunate for my players and myself. He's been in having treatment every day with me, but he's on the comeback trail. Whether Saturday becomes a little bit too early, maybe a week or so, we'll see how it goes.
Might you extend the loan just to give him some games?
No. The whole reason for him to go was to go and get games. Unfortunately, he hasn't got that, but we're coming into the crucial part of the season, in obviously March and April, and the back end of February coming up. And I want all my players about. I've got a real good, talented, I believe, a talented group of players that are eager to do well and eager to move the club forward. And Ellis comes back in as part of my plans.
Feels like we're in the final straight now. Is that fair to say?
We're getting there. I mean, from Saturday we've got 5 games in 14 days. Then all of a sudden you've got 10 games left. So it's going to go pretty quick now, and they're all games to be enjoyed. We've got to embrace it. We've got to look forward to the challenge. I think anybody who tells you any different that we're in this situation, looking at some stats and figures, and I'm big on my old stats, and that the last time the team got promoted out of League Two, I think they only dipped into the playoffs the last game of the season. Is that correct? I think they won 9 away games. I think we've won 8 away games already. I think we put ourselves in a very, very challenging position. And if anything, if we'd have just sorted our own form out a little bit earlier on in the season, we'd have been looking a lot more pretty than we are now. However, nobody expected us to be in this position. I'm sure by most teams' accounts we wasn't expected to be in and around the top 7 as much as we have been. We had a dip out of it last week when we got beat at Portsmouth, dropped down to 8th. Back in it straight away after beating Morecambe, and I think we've been in it since December the 12th, something like that. Something where we've the last 3-4 months really been in that top 7.